make sure that, don't you just love that little voice? Hello, everyone. My name is Maria Ramos, and I'm over here in the Pacific Northwest. We were just chatting to see where everybody's from. So if you're just joining us, please let us know in the chat where you're tuning in from. And also tag the friend that invited you on here tonight and say, hey, Liz, I'm over here. Thanks. And then I'm also going to put in the link. If you want to pass it on to your friends, you can just copy it and paste it, and then it just click on it, and then they appear right here in this meeting room with us. So pass it along. This is good information. And I'm going to go ahead and kick us off. I want to thank you for being here tonight. Elizabeth, Rhonda, and I are super excited to share with you something that we absolutely love. We love to feel our best, and we have fun that we now have found gut health. How many of you guys have heard of gut health before? Or is this something kind of new? Or is Plexus the first time you heard about gut health? It was for me. Okay, let me tell you a little bit about myself. I'm a mother of 3 younger children, ages 10, 7, and 3. And that 3-year-old, I need all the energy. I came into Plexus a little bit over 6 years ago, not really knowing what it was. And to be honest with you, I was thinking it wouldn't work, just like any other things I tried. I thought it wasn't going to work until we introduced gut health, blood sugar balance, and we reduce inflammation. That's what our products do. So we are the gut health company, and we focus on root healing. We offer a natural and healthy way for weight loss. We'll talk a little bit more about that later, but we also offer a clean skincare line. And now in a few more days, maybe 5 days, we're going to offer a new product into our line, and that is green. So, ooh, who's excited for greens? Yes, me too. Plexus is for everyone. And just like our greens, they're for children, ages 4 and up, busy people, elderly people, busy people, people that go to the gym, people that don't go to the gym, people are trying to eat more greens. I mean, just the whole thing. Plexus is for everyone. We focus on all over health. And we also have a children's wellness line, weight loss and skincare, like I mentioned before. We are sure here to meet your needs and the needs of your family. So a little bit about who we are, but now we're going to pass it over because we have some incredible stories that we want to pass on to you, because people relate through stories. And that's why Rhonda, Elizabeth, and I came together tonight to share our stories with you. So I'm going to pass it on to my friend Rhonda. She's in Indiana. She's a Ruby ambassador. She's been with Plexus for 7 years. She's married, and in her spare time now, because she is retired, she gets to spend much of her time with her 2 grandsons and also plays a lot of golf. So Rhonda is living the retired life. Rhonda, take it away.
Thanks, Maria. Yes, I am a Ruby ambassador. I am so excited. I working my way up to senior Ruby. It is 7 years now. So for those of you that have been invited to this event, I have to say I am so excited for you. This is an opportunity that I wished I'd had much earlier in my life. So here's my story and my why for loving and sharing Plexus. I was married early. I had 2 boys at a young age. Then at the age of 25, I became a single mom to these 2 boys for 13 years. So it was during those years that I was raising my boys alone, going to college part-time, working in the corporate world full-time. We didn't have a lot of extra money, but we had a house, we had food on our table, and we had clothes to wear, and the boys never complained. But it was one day in December, I'll remember it till the day I die, 1985, when I and several of my colleagues got together for a Christmas luncheon, that I realized I wanted more for my boys. You see, someone decided we should go around the table and share what everyone wanted. What are you going to get your kids? What are they asking for? What's all the Christmas, what's going to happen at Christmas time? Well, when it was my turn to share, I started to panic. I could barely talk because I had no idea how I was going to finance Christmas for my boys. So my answer to the group that day was that the boys hadn't asked for anything. You see, they knew finances were pretty tight, but what we knew we had was each other. We always looked forward to getting together with family for the holidays, and I pretty much left it at that. Well, I will never forget what took place that afternoon back at the office. My phone rang, and I was asked to come to the lobby for a delivery. So I got to the receptionist. He handed me an envelope. And I just kind of walked away and opened it while I was still there in the lobby. Inside this envelope was a card with a $100 bill in it and a note that said, "Merry Christmas, buy your boys something fun. Love, Santa." Y'all, that was a lot of money for a single mom in 1985. So I turned around, I asked the receptionist if he knew who had left it, and he said they want to remain anonymous. To this day, I don't know who left that envelope. But in the years since, I knew that I wanted to be in a position to be able to help others like that someday. So fast forward, I've been married to my husband, Al, for 22 years. My boys are grown, they're married, have families of their own. We have 2 amazing grandsons that we spend as much time with as we can. And after 31 years, I retired from the corporate world in 2011. And I've been enjoying life with Al, our family. We travel, we visit our friends, we play a lot of golf. But here's the thing, back in 2014, I began watching my friend Erin Zimmerman, who I worked with back in the corporate world, post on Facebook about Plexus and all the pretty cool supplements that were giving her more energy, and she looked great, as always. And since I worked for Erin, I valued her opinion and I trusted her. So we struck up a conversation about it, and she convinced me, just buy the products and try them for 60 days. I had no intention of selling the product. But when I realized how much better I felt, I began sharing with others who then also benefited from the products. Well, it didn't take long at all before I saw my commission checks increase month to month. Now I get to help others the way that I was helped that day back in 1985. So if you're new to Plexus, or if you're considering jumping in, don't hesitate. Plexus is a true blessing to my family, to me, and I'm sure you'll be blessed as well. So I thank Erin for sharing the products and the opportunity with me. And thank you for allowing me to share a part of my life that made me who I am today. So now I'll send it over to my great friend, Elizabeth Guyver. She's a staff buyer, a mom to 3 grown boys. She's married to her high school sweetheart now for 29 years. She's a part-time school teacher. 7.5 years ago, she decided to focus on taking care of herself instead of looking for the quick fixes that she had chased for decades. So that one decision led to a life she never believed for herself. She's truly living out all of her dreams, and she's excited to share about her journey with all of you. Take it away, Elizabeth.
Thank you, Rhonda. Oh my gosh, every time I hear your story, it's like I'm hearing it for the first time. I can so relate in a lot of ways to Rhonda's story. My name's Elizabeth Guyver. I live in Oklahoma, and my Plexus journey, it technically started about 8.5 years ago, because I was one of those people who was watching their friends on social media talking about this pink drink and literally rolling my eyes for an entire year. I had tried everything, like Rhonda mentioned. I was always looking for the quick fix. I had tried it all. And whenever I started seeing that come into my news feed, I was kind of embarrassed for my friends talking about it. I really didn't think that it could possibly work. They reached out to me. I said no for an entire year. But we know over time, things change. And in April of 2014, I had recently, like I had done most of my adult life, I could lose weight and then I would gain it back. And I usually gained it back more than I lost. So I was like one of those yo-yo dieters. Well, in April of 2014, I had recently gained a bunch of weight back, felt terrible when another friend of mine started posting about Plexus that I was close to. And I really trusted her. And so I reached out and, and said, hey, I don't really know about this, but I'm kind of curious. I've tried everything. I'm thinking I may want to try this pink drink. But being a teacher, married to a firefighter who worked a second job, I mean, we were strapped. And honestly, if I'm truly honest, part of the reason it took me a year to try it is because I didn't think we could afford it. It wasn't going to fit into our budget. So it was easier for me just to say, oh, that probably doesn't work, then it would be to come up with a way to put myself first, invest in my health, and take a chance. So finally, I got to a point where I was sick and tired of feeling sick and tired and decided to do that. So I did tell her though, if I try this, I need the cheapest price and I do not want to sell this stuff. And if you ask 95% of the people who start Plexus and then start creating income with it, we all say, we said up front, we are not sharing, we do not want the business. But I'll tell you what, I wasn't saying that because I didn't believe in network marketing. I had actually tried it several times over the years. I actually loved the idea of network marketing, but I was never successful. And I was sick of having parties and sick of dragging my stuff everywhere. And so I really didn't think that I would be interested in the Plexus opportunity. But I did want to lose weight and I did want to quit being exhausted all the time. So I gave it a try. And part of the reason I said I didn't want to do the business is because I honestly held little hope that this would work for me. But within a week, I wasn't drinking 4 cups of coffee a day. I wasn't living off caffeine and sugar. I was saying no to the cookies in the teacher's lounge. And guys, for this sugar addict, that was huge. I was sleeping at night and I started thinking, this is not a typical weight loss program or weight loss product. I'm feeling great. I know lots of other people who want energy, who want to give up sugar, who want a little help, want a little pep in their step, not have to have that afternoon crash. So I decided to start sharing. Because when you feel good, you have a hard time keeping it to yourself. You want to help others feel good too. So naturally, through sharing and posting on social media, and guys, honestly, the reason I started posting on social media isn't because I was looking for a business. It's because I was a quitter. I quit everything I tried if it didn't happen yesterday. So I thought if I put it out there, I'm holding myself accountable because I don't want to have to tell people I quit. So it was to hold myself accountable, to stick with the products and reach my health goals. And guess what? When you stick with these products and you're consistent, you reach your health goals and then you can't help but share. And that's exactly what happened. So within 9 months, again, I was a preschool teacher. I mean, I still am part-time, but back then I was a full-time preschool teacher, stressed out, considering looking for another career because I just thought I cannot do this till I'm 65. But having no other options because we couldn't afford for me to go back to school. We were getting ready to somehow send our oldest to college. And so within 9 months, I looked up one day and I was bringing home the same with Plexus that I was bringing home from teaching. And guys, that was an eye opener because let me take you back for 20 years before Plexus. Most people close to us did not know the level of financial stress we were under constantly. We were one of those, like many people, who were just faking it, who were putting on, the fake smile and the acting like everything's okay when we knew deep down it was not okay. We literally couldn't even say we were living paycheck to paycheck. The last week of the month was going on the credit card, or we were pushing it off to the next month because we couldn't even make the minimum payment. My husband has worked 2 jobs, 3 jobs sometimes, or almost our whole marriage. I was usually working 2 jobs. And so to find something that created incredible income that I could never even dream about without taking more time for my family just didn't even seem possible. But within 2.5 years, that's exactly what happened. I tripled my teaching salary, almost quadrupled it in 2.5 years. And Plexus gave me a Lexus to drive. And guys, you know what I was driving at the time? I was driving a Buick with no working air conditioning because we didn't have the money to fix it. So guys, I started thinking, oh my gosh, this is an answer to prayer and helping people on my team achieve their dreams and their goals. And there is nothing like that rewarding feeling of knowing you're helping a mom be able to stay home with her babies, or you're helping a family be able to send their kids to sports and not have to say no, to be able to cover groceries or a car payment. Guys, not just 1 or 2 people, lots of people. And that's exactly what the Plexus opportunity has done. Another thing not too many people know about is more times than I care to admit, we had to borrow money from family to cover emergencies. because we had no emergency fund. And you may be in a position like that or have been in the past. And as an adult, as a mom, as a parent, not being able to cover an expense doesn't make you feel great when you have to ask for help. But what Plexus has afforded me now isn't, oh, yes, I make lots of money. No, it has given us peace of mind. It has given us margin. It has given us the ability to pay off debt, to send our kids to college with no student loans. Guys, we didn't ever know how we were going to send our kids to college. No student loans. And now we get to bless others. And that is right now my biggest passion, is to use what God has given me to pay it forward and help other people. And so, guys, there are so many reasons people get started, and so many reasons people just catch the vision of what this opportunity can do. And I promise you, there is no other opportunity out there like it, because I've tried it. But we have products that work, that actually change lives. We have an opportunity like no other, more generous than you can possibly imagine, and life-changing. And it took us from years of desperation, financial, just the huge weight of financial stress on us, to now looking forward to retirement, able to travel. Like I said, able to not put that college debt on our kids, be able to bless other people in any way we want, whenever we want. I don't have to sit there and look at the budget. If God tells me give, I can just give. Guys, and that feels fantastic. And so I will link arms. We will link arms with anybody who has a dream, wondering, what if, could this be for you? It absolutely can, with consistency, work, and working with the community of people who will help you every step of the way. All you have to do is take a chance and say yes. You've heard my story. You've heard Rhonda's story. We want to hear your story. So thank you all for tuning in tonight. I hope that whoever invited you, I hope you get with them and say, I think I want to do this. I think I want to go for it, because we are ready to help you. So anyway, thank you guys so much for letting me share. Just so excited to have you on tonight. And I'm going to turn it back over to Maria.
Elizabeth, thank you so much for sharing your heart. If you know Elizabeth, she has a huge heart. And when she says she's got that, the heart to give, and the blessings that come from this, you truly know, because this woman gives abundantly. And that's because of the blessings that our compensation plan gives while she's helping friends and family. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about how I first started, and I can relate to some of the similar story to Elizabeth. I didn't start because of me. I started because my husband wanted to lose weight. And this was back in March of 2015. I was on unemployment. We were living paycheck to paycheck. My husband's a principal. He had school debt, and I had credit card debt. And my worry at that time was, I need to find a job. We had just recently relocated. My daughters were 3 and 1. And my worry was, how am I going to pay for my credit card debt? Like, unemployment is barely covering the minimum on my credit cards. And I knew that I had to find a job, but I had a 3-year-old and a 1-year-old, and I didn't know who would care for them. It was just strangers all around me. We had no support, no family. I didn't know anyone. So my worry at nighttime was, what am I going to do? And I prayed for an opportunity. I actually was praying for a job that was flexible, possibly in hours, like during the day, that I could come home and still greet my baby after preschool, but still have enough time with my 1-year-old. There's no such thing. Either you're 40 hours or they wouldn't hire you, or just nothing would adapt to the hours that I needed. So during this time, as I was praying at nighttime just to find something, we were already on Plexus because we had started for my husband to lose weight, but I wasn't looking for it as a business opportunity or an income. But I just knew that finances were getting tighter and tighter. And I saw my friend Jen, and she's on here. Everybody wave to Jen. I remember her posting, and I didn't know anybody that was successful in network marketing. I just saw people, but I didn't think you can make actual money from it. So I trust her, and I came up to her and I said, hey, Jen, can I have a call with you? Like, I'm dying to ask you this question. And I was nervous because I kind of already knew that she was going to say no, but my need was big. Remember, I had a 1-year-old and a 3-year-old, and you will do anything for your children. I asked her if it was possible to make $1,000 in Plexus. And why $1,000? You guys, on my unemployment, 6.5 years ago, I was making $1,200. That barely covered about 6 to 7 credit cards, the minimum payment on them. $1,000 would give me a little bit of like wiggle room still, and I could still be home with my babies. I was close to I already told my husband, but we were close to doing bankruptcy. He said no. So this was my way out. So my friend, I trusted her. I was led by her coaching, and she said, yes, you sure can. And so I was wondering how, and you guys, it's just simply by sharing something. The products were already working for my husband. He was already sleeping through the night. He threw away his CPAP machine, and his thyroid medication was completely like off. The doctor said he didn't need it anymore. So what else did I need, right? So I started to share what it was doing for my husband and myself with like sugar cravings and sleeping through the night. And people were needing the exact same thing. People related and say, hey, Maria, I need some of that stuff you're taking, because your friends trust you. So what you share, your friends, you have influence over your friends. Your friends want to know what you're on, and you have to share. You cannot keep it to yourself, as my friends Rhonda and Elizabeth were just sharing a little bit ago. So I said, all right, I'm going to do this. And before you know it, I got a check for $500. And I thought, wow, do I need to report this? Because unemployment, you have to report anything that you make. But I didn't think it was real. I thought that they were going to ask for it again. So I never reported it. Within the next month, my check grew to $1,000. And I told my husband, and he's like, oh, what's that? Okay. Husband was all in when he saw that I was making money. So I was able to cancel my unemployment. But let me tell you, the first rank in Plexus as a silver, that's helping 3 of your friends. It could be your mom, your best friend, your coworker, your neighbor. That first check helped me pay for my products. I didn't have money to pay for our products. Like Elizabeth was saying, a lot of people quit because they say they can't afford it. Or maybe that's just, a reason they say, but you can't afford it. We have the opportunity. We have amazing products that work. And we have the other product, which is the financial opportunity to it. So with that same check, I paid for my daughter's ballet lessons. We paid for a power bill, then groceries, then the suburban payment, then the rent, and then everything together. Credit card debt, we minimized credit card debt. And so now, you guys, looking back, I was able to put aside money because we lived somewhere where, all this started. I was lonely, I needed community, but I saved money because I didn't trust myself with money. I was scared of money. I was scared to overspend it, to not watch it wisely. So I left it all in the Plexus Pay portal. It's just this little thing where it lays, and then you can pay yourself, pay your bank, buy your products with it. I just left it there. I had a big lump sum, and I said, ooh, maybe it's time to move back to Yakima. This is our hometown. But my husband said, well, how? You guys, I had enough to give for a down payment, plus add a remodel to it. That was my dream, and my need was to come back to family with my little ones, to be close to mom, to be close to sisters, to cousins. That's what I wanted, and that's what I needed. So when I gave my husband that message and said, you know what, I have this, it's a lot. He's like, well, where did you get this from? And I said, well, it's all this, savings that I've had from sharing. I've just been saving it. And the blessings right now continue. We've been getting dreams that we never thought of, like Maui, and to Mayakoba, we just recently came back with. We would have never stayed at these amazing places had it not been for the rewards and the compensation that our company gives us. Cars that we've never dreamed of, like a Plexus Lexus. Elizabeth and Jen, I think we're now on our 3rd one, and Erin is here too, and she's, I don't know, maybe on her 4th, I don't know, but these are just the blessings that continue. And maybe during this time of uncertainty, there's so much uncertainty going on right now. Sending your kids back to school, homeschooling, doing online school. Parents, mamas want to be home so that they can be available to their kids. Maybe not pay for childcare. Childcare is outrageous. Do you know how much childcare is for one child? It's like over $900. I have 3 of them now. Do the math there. It probably wouldn't even make sense for me to go to work, but you still want to build that income and bring into your household. So I don't know if this story inspires you, but I went from an unemployment mom to being a stay-at-home mom. And that's something that I've always wanted to with this blessing. Now, I want to end with, we got a couple minutes. I want to end something here with you. I want you to close your eyes and I want you to imagine this with me just for a little second, okay? And think of family, friends, maybe that mama that you know that came to you that she's just doesn't want to send her kids to school. She'd much rather homeschool. Think of somebody that comes to your heart, because if it comes to your heart, I believe that God put that in your heart for a reason. So I want you to imagine this. You get a referral link and you share that referral link with 10 friends. That will pay you in referral money, $1,300. How can $1,300 help you and your family right now? If you're brave, you want to put it in the chat, please put it in the chat, because these are the stories that I relate to and how we can help. Now, listen, I was on unemployment and I needed to bring in money to pay for my credit card payments, to help pay for groceries. I didn't even buy lipstick or hair dye. I had to get the box ones because I didn't even want to spend money. Okay. So what I needed was to find a job, but that meant being away from my family. That meant I had to trade my time for money. And then you add the childcare cost, all of that. Think about that for a second. We live in a social world where we buy what we love, and our friends talk to us about what they love, and we trust them. That's social selling. How many of you have already posted where you got, I don't know, Elizabeth, I'm going to think of Elizabeth. Elizabeth always has the most beautiful earrings, and she always tells us where she gets them. And how many of you, when you see your friend post where they got that pretty purse or that pretty lipstick or whatever, tacos, where you got the best tacos, then you go to that place and you get them because somebody referred you to it. Does that place pay you back? Do you get a referral bonus? Do you get something? They don't even no, right? But here you do. You have this referral link. And if you were to share it with friends and family, every time you shared it, you can earn $1,300 right now by referring 10 friends through your referral link. Yeah. $700 by referring 6. And here, maybe you have 3 friends. Maybe you don't have 7, but you have 3. That's $400. That helps pay for your initial investment of $100. Plus you have $300 to do with them whatever your heart desires. Maybe it's your next month's product. Like a lot of us were saying, we didn't have money, we couldn't afford it. Save it. Maybe it's that Visa credit card bill. Maybe it's to save for that retirement fund, the college education for your kids. You guys, it's a no-brainer. So I want you to grab that referral link and start sharing it with friends and family, knowing that you're confident in the fact that you're helping them with their health and wellness. Because right now, look all around you. People are worried about their health and their wellness. People want to bring income from home. If it's not their plan A, it could be a second stream of income to build, and sustain that fund, whatever it is, for savings. So think about what is most important to you. Is it friends? Is it family? Is it time? Is it flexibility? Is it freedom? This is a small ripple effect of helping people. That's exactly it. You're helping friends with health and wellness, and there's nothing bad about it. So right now, I want you to just think for a minute who you could share this with and who you could bless this with, and how you could bless yourself and your family, because literally it is not about us. It is about those that come to us and that we get to spread. Plexus is the vehicle to help you reach your dreams, whatever they may be. It's that dream that you were born with, that perhaps you got sidetracked along the way because life happens, because maybe you didn't finish college like I did. So then my dreams went crushing down. But then along comes this amazing vehicle that helps me achieve what I want in life. So just think about that for a second, how this could bless you and your family. And I want you to just think, what if? And please reach out to the person that invited you tonight. We will have the recording. If your friend couldn't join you tonight, we will have the recording and share it with you. God bless. Thank you for joining us. Rhonda, Jen, Elizabeth, Aaron, everybody on here. Thank you so much for tuning in, and may you have a good night.